We've got some categories for you. We've got, Macy is going to pick from among these. Do these look better? 1940s U.S. history, I Thee Wed, Order on the Court, and Meet the Neighbors. Macy, would you tell us where you'd like to go, and we'll start this game off and score lots of points.
I Thee Wed.
I Thee Wed. Here we go. His recipe for some 29 years of marriage to Pauletta, do what she tells me, says which star of flight? Scotty.
Denzel Washington.
Washington's correct for 10. Here's your bonus. Taking advantage of the 12-12-12 date, what Knicks power forward married his fiancée, Alexis Welch?
Stoudemire.
Correct for 10. And now in 2010, hip-hop producer Swizz Beatz married what singer who performed at this year's Super Bowl?
Alicia Keys.
You got all of them for 20 points, and now you may select.
1940s U.S. history.
Let's go there. The first U.S. stamp depicting an African American was a 1940 issue honoring what founder of Tuskegee? Macy.
Carver.
No. Can you take it, Scotty?
Smith.
No, it's Booker T. Washington we're after there. Scotty, you can select again.
1940s U.S. history.
40s history. Here we go. Italy's 1943 surrender was publicly announced in the U.S. by what supreme commander and later 34th president? Macy.
FDR.
No. Can you take it, Scotty?
Eisenhower.
It was Eisenhower on the rebound for 10. Here's your 20. Making history in 1930 as the U.S. Army's first black colonel, who became in 1940 the Army's first black general. This is for 10 points.
No.
Answer, please.
Time.
Pershing.
No, we'll give you, it was Benjamin O. Davis Sr. And now in that second part, his son Benjamin O. Davis Jr. would make history as the first black general in what other military branch?
Army.
Answer, please.
Marines.
No, the Air Force. Air Force. No points on that tough bonus. Your choice.
U.S. history.
Staying with the 40s. What most important transuranic element with atomic number 94 was first detected in 1941? Macy?
Uranium.
No. Can you take it, Scotty?
Plutonium.
Plutonium on the rebound is good for 10. Here's your bonus. Scientific discoveries that decade include what narrow bands of high-speed stratospheric winds affecting weather? Answer, please.
Shear.
Jet stream we were after. Here's the second part. Edwin H. Land created a camera with film that developed a finished photo in 60 seconds. For what company he founded?
Polaroid.
That's correct for 10. You shook that one like a Polaroid picture. Your choice.
I Thee Wed.
Here we go. In 2013, singer Idina Menzel celebrates 10 years married to which actor who played Dr. Bennett on Private Practice? Macy.
Diggs.
Tay Diggs is correct for 10. Here's your bonus. Menzel and Diggs met on Broadway. In what musical whose songs include La Vie Bohème and On the Street?
Rent.
Rent's correct for 10. They also headlined what musical whose songs include March of the Witch Hunters and Defying Gravity?
Wicked.
You got both of them for 20, and you will now select a category,
Ivy Wed.
please. Here we go. After marrying colonist John Rolfe, she was Rebecca. But she was first known by what Native American name? Macy?
Pocahontas.
That's correct for 10, and your bonus. Mrs. Watson in Jumping the Broom jumped the broom in real life with Pastor Dale in Joyful Noise. Name these actors married 15 plus years.
Yeah. Okay. Bassett and Vance.
Both of them for 10 points.
20.
You got it, 20. 20 altogether, and now select a new category, please.
Order on the court.
Order on the court. For the WNBA, what is about 1 inch smaller in diameter than in the NBA, but filled to a higher pressure? Scotty.
Ball.
Ball is good on the buzzer race. 10 for you. Famously illustrated in the movie classic Hoosiers, a basketball hoop is how high?
9 feet.
No, 10 feet tall. And part 2, that same scene showed what to be 15 feet from the backboard?
Free throw line. Free throw line.
You got 10 points for that one, and your choice.
Order on the court.
Order on the court. An NBA player fouls out after how many personal fouls? Macy?
6.
That's correct. 6 is good. And here's your bonus now. NBA rules now crack down on what act? To fake being knocked down by an opponent while hoping to draw a foul.
Flopping.
Flopping is correct for 5. 5 points per answer. What kind of foul is assessed for calling an extra timeout or for delay of game?
Technical.
Technical foul is good for another 5.
Actually, that's supposed to
Those
be
are
10 points
per
each
answer,
for
so
20.
you got all 20 for that bonus. Let's give them a round, audience. We've got a tight game, 90-20. North Carolina A&T leads West Virginia State University by 10 points. We've rotated in. We've got Ashton. Excuse me, we've got Ashton and Megan ready. And this will be Ashton's choice as to what category we'll go to. You'll choose among This Just In, Up, Up, and Away, Latter-day Apostles, or Real He-Men.
Up, Up, and Away.
Let's go to up, and away. What gauge measures a plane's height while flying? Megan?
Barometer?
No, can you take it, Ashton?
Pas-
No,
Time.
it's a pause. Will, it's altimeter we were looking for. Let's try a new one. Where would you like to go?
Up, and away.
Same one. What five-letter word, also something you do to a tent, is a measure of a plane's nose up or down? Ashton?
Pitch.
That's correct for 10. Here's your bonus, part 1. What three-letter word is the movement of a plane's nose from side to side?
Yaw.
Yaw is correct for 10. And now, what word is rotation about an axis aligned with the direction that the plane is flying?
Tilt.
No, it was roll. You got 10 points on that bonus, and your choice again.
Up, and away.
Here we go. What French word is used for when one plane meets another in the air, often for refueling? Megan? Time. Can you try it, Ashton?
Reunion.
No, rendezvous. We were looking for rendezvous. And where shall we go now? New category.
Real
Ashton, your
He-Man.
choice. Real He-Man. Big Bird, Cookie Monster, and Miss Piggy were created by what He-Man who revolutionized kids' TV? Megan?
Herman?
No. Can you take it, Ashton?
Herman Melville.
No, Jim Henson,
Jim
creator of the
Henson.
Muppets. Let's try another category, West Virginia. Where would you like?
Real He-Man.
Real He-Man. What first name was shared by the authors of Civil Disobedience and The Portrait of a Lady?
Time.
Time. No takers. That was Henry we were looking for. Begins with H-E. Which category?
This just in.
This just in. What retired NBA star, now called the Secretary of Altered States, hugged the dictator of North Korea in 2013? Megan?
Abdul-Jabbar?
No. Can you take it, Ashton?
Jordan.
Audience? Dennis Rodman just completed that. Okay, let's have a category, Ashton.
Okay.
10
Real-
points for the audience.
Real He-Man.
Real He-Man. Let's go. Though the New Testament portrays him as a tyrant, what Judean king was nicknamed the Great? Megan?
Henry?
No. Can you take it, Ashton?
Psalm.
Herod the Great. Another category, please.
This just in.
This just in. What southern state pardoned the Wilmington 10 civil rights activists unjustly convicted in 1972? Megan?
North Carolina?
You got it for 10. There's your state. Here's the bonus. Among the 10 was Benjamin Chavis, elected in 1993 as executive director of what major civil rights group? 10 points for this section.
Answer, please.
Answer, please.
NAACP?
Yes, that's correct. NAACP. Here's part 2. In 1997, Chavis changed his surname to Muhammad when he joined what U.S.-based religious denomination?
Nation of Islam?
You got all of them for 20 points and your choice on the board.
This just in.
Here we go. In 2013, what major Mideast kingdom added women to its Shura Council, even though they cannot drive to work? Ashton?
Iran.
No. Can you take it, Megan?
India?
No. Saudi Arabia we were after, and select again, please, Megan.
Latter-day
Apostles. Turning to God in the despair of slavery, what 4th century saint is the apostle of Ireland?
Time.
No takers. St. Patrick. Shout out to St. Patrick. Same category. What alphabet is named after one of the apostles of the Slavs? Yes, Megan.
Roman?
No. Can you take it, Ashton?
Bartholomew.
No. Cyrillic alphabet. Same category. Here we go. What apostle to the Gentiles wrote biblical epistles to the Corinthians?
Time.
This is a tough category. St. Paul's letters to the Corinthians. And we've ended the round right then. Good timing, teams. I see a trend here. We've got another close game. Close. We're going to swap in players now, rotate around. We've got Eric for West Virginia State, and we've got Jasmine for North Carolina A&T. And we have 4 new categories to choose from. Murder, They Wrote, World Stock Exchanges, The Lion Kings, Something on the Brain. Eric, you're slightly down for now. Your choice?
Brain.
Brain, are you going to try to take that lead back? Here we go. There are how many pairs of cranial nerves? Jasmine?
5.
No. Can you try it, Eric?
3.
No, 12 we were after. Category, please.
Stay with brain.
Stick with brain. What C word is the outer wrinkled layer of the cerebrum? Eric?
Cortex.
Cortex is good for 10, and here's your bonus. Anterior, caudal, dorsal, or ventral. In describing the brain, which means towards the bottom or tail?
The bottom or tail. Dorsal. Interior ventral.
No, it's caudal. No points on that one. New second part of the bonus, anterior, dorsal, ventral, or lateral. Which means to the side?
Lateral.
Correct for 10 points. And your choice on the board.
Brain.
Sticking with the brain. What 2-word name is given to the section of the brainstem just atop the spinal cord? Yes, Jasmine.
Atlas Shrugged.
No, can you take it, Eric?
Medulla oblongata.
That's a good rebound. Medulla oblongata for 10 points, and here's your bonus. The brain and spinal cord together are abbreviated the CNS, which stands for what? 3 words.
Central nervous system.
That's good
20.
for 5 points. All 20. You got all 3 of them. And now new category, please.
Lion Kings.
The Lion Kings. What character by Kollodai endured a prolonged proboscis when he fibbed? Yes, Eric.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is correct for 10. Here's your bonus. Pundits nicknamed what cyclist Tour de Fraud after his 2013 admission that he had lied about doping for his big wins?
Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong for 10. In My Prison Without Bars, what banned baseball hero revises his denial about betting on Reds games?
Rose.
Pete Rose, you got all 20 points on that, and your choice.
Lion.
The Lion Kings. In 1919 to 20, what Italians scammed thousands out of millions, becoming the namesake of pyramid schemes? Eric.
Ponzi.
Carlo Ponzi's good for 10, and here's your bonus. What now jailed 21st century investor out-Ponzi'd Ponzi, bilking billions from investors in his hedge funds?
Madoff.
Correct. Madoff is good. And a second part, in 2001, what 7th largest U.S. corporation went bankrupt, embroiled in accounting scandals under CEO Kenneth Lay?
Enron.
You ran that one. 20 points for you and your choice.
Lion.
Stick with the Lion Kings. We'll never know if which president lied with, "I am not a crook," as he resigned rather than risk impeachment. Eric.
Nixon.
Nixon is good for 10, and a bonus. I am Quinn's father is how which former VP candidate admitted in 2010 that he had lied about paternity?
Edwards.
That's correct, John Edwards. And second part, a teller of tall tales. Which baron lent his name to a syndrome in which someone lies about being sick to get attention?
Malinger.
No, Baron von Munchausen, or Munchausen syndrome. 10 points on that bonus, and you control the board.
Stock exchanges.
Here we go, world stock exchanges. What's the world's largest stock exchange in market value? Yes, Jasmine.
Hong Kong.
No, can you take it, Eric?
Nikkei.
No, it's New York.
Yeah.
And your choice, Eric?
Stock exchanges.
Stick with it. The Swiss exchange is in what largest city of Switzerland? Eric.
Zurich.
That's correct for 10. Your bonus. India's 2 main exchanges are both in what West Coast city?
Mumbai.
That's correct for 10. And your second part, the TASE, Israel's only stock exchange, is in what coastal city 40 miles from Jerusalem?
Tel Aviv.
You got both of them for 20, and your choice of category.
Stock exchanges.
We'll stay there. Per day, what exchange in New York has the highest volume? Eric.
Dow. Jones.
No, that's not correct. Can you take it, Jasmine?
NASDAQ.
That's it for 10. You're back on. Here's your bonus. What southern African city has Africa's largest exchange?
Johannesburg.
That's correct for 10. Founded in 1990, what city's exchange is the largest in mainland China?
City. Hong Kong.
Shanghai. You got 10 on that bonus, and your choice. Murder, They Wrote. Kathy Reich's best-selling series featuring Dr. Temperance Brennan is the basis for what hit TV series? Jasmine. You can answer, please.
Too
you
late.
ran out of time. You got to answer right away.
Hand it over to West Virginia.
We were handing it over to West Virginia. Eric, do you have an answer?
Bones.
That's it for 10 points, and you get some more bonus points off the clock. Clark, Paretsky, or Rob, who helped break the genre's gender barrier with her PI, V.I. Warshawski?
Rob.
No, Sarah Paretsky. Let's try for 10 more. Clark, Rob, or Sayers, who wrote more than 24 books in which Lord Peter Wimsey reveals the Who in Who Done It?
Rob.
Dorothy L. Sayers. No points on that one, so no harm, no foul at the end of that round. We've got 270 West Virginia, 140 A&T. Give them a hand. I'm hearing a little bit from back here, so let's make sure, even though you know every answer, you kind of keep it to yourself in your own mind. And we are about to start the ultimate challenge. And as you know, that's 10 lightning round questions. We'll fire right through them as fast as you can go. We have a score of 270, 140. West Virginia State temporarily in the lead. North Carolina A&T about to do some damage to that. And we have your choice among these categories. UDOG, 21st century world leaders, sign language, or Finnish Follett. What do you feel comfortable about?
UDOG.
UDOG. And when you're ready, we'll go. What famous dog is a warplane battle?
Underdog.
No. Was born
Snoop
Calvin
Dogg.
Bruss, Snoop Dogg, yes. Which lives in the White House?
Top dog.
Bo is good. A St. Bernard titled a film comedy.
Pass.
Is a Cleveland Browns bleacher section?
Dog pound.
Yes. Is a veteran sailor?
Pass.
Pass. What's part of a pivotal Richard Nixon speech?
Big dog.
No. Is Missouri's state tree?
Dogwood.
Yes. Was Jack London's titular wolf dog?
Pass.
Pass it. Lives with Peter, Lois, and Stewie Griffin.
Brian.
Brian is great. Which one is a warplane battle?
Pass.
Pass it. A St. Bernard titled a film comedy.
You want Lucky Dog?
It's
No.
Beethoven.
Is a
Pass.
veteran sailor. Pass.
Pass.
Was part of a pivotal pass it.
Pass.
Pass it. Is a
Dogfight.
warplane battle. Dogfight is good. Which one is a St. Bernard?
Beethoven.
Beethoven is good. Now, which one is a veteran sailor? Audience, well, that's a good score. You ran up some points. You passed so fast, we barely kept up with you, but good strategy. Audience, what's the old sailor? Sea Dog. Audience, what's part of a pivotal Richard Nixon speech? Checkers. And Jack London's titular wolf dog was White Fang. You got 7 out of 10. You did very well. Audience got 3. Not bad. We're left with 3 categories for West Virginia State University. Which one would you like?
Sign language.
Sign language. We're going to go there. Which word spelled with S-I-N-E-E is a chauffeur's ride?
Limousine.
Yes. Muscle connecting tissue?
Sinew.
Yes. Tom Cruise's risky film?
Business.
Risky business, yes. Another word for nausea?
Pass.
Pass it. An adjective for a polar or a panda?
Pass.
Ursa.
Pass it. A basic and essential amino acid?
Lysine.
No. A baby's basket-like bed?
Bassinet.
Yes. Green Lantern's nemesis?
Sinestro.
Yes. Adjective over hypotenuse, or
Sign.
adjacent over hypotenuse.
Sign.
Sign is not correct. A cooking style like haute or novelle?
Cuisine.
Yes. Another word for nausea?
Pass.
Pass it. An adjective for
Ursine.
a polar? Yes, ursine is correct. Basic and essential amino
Lysine.
acid. Lysine is the one. Adjective over
Cosine.
hypotenuse. Adjacent, I keep saying
Adjacent.
adjective. Cosine is correct. We'll get through this. And another word for nausea?
Vomit.
Nope. How about another word for nausea? Any other word for nausea? The answer, audience, was queasiness.
Queasiness.
9 out of 10, West Virginia State. Excellent round. We've got a game. 495 to 225. Give them a hand. Good job, teams.